Hey all, Gregor here with a brand new Snap deck guide. This week we got some awesome lists from Snap Judgments, or as you may know him, Pulse Glazer. While I really enjoyed the decks this week, we ended up trying to do a negative list, but the negative list wasn't performing the way that I wanted it to perform. I had actually made my own negative Frigga list, which is very similar to the list that was used. I enjoy my list better, and I think it has better stats, so I wanted to highlight that instead. So I hope that's okay with y'all. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. The video is shown to more people, and the algorithm just keeps doing its thing. Also, just a shout out to PWROn Gaming. Make sure you are following all the PWROn homies. I will include a link in the description. Let's get into the deck and sub options and all that good stuff. Thank y'all. As always, we like to go over MVPs within the list. So first off, I would like to say Sage. Often win condition for this deck. One of the cards that you're trying to hit, usually with Frigga or with Zola, depending on the setup that you have. Just an amazing card. Next up, I gotta highlight Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative is really the whole reason that this archetype works. You will need Negative in this list. Just so awesome, flipping all of those zero cost cards and just getting big power and pulling them all on last turn. Also got to give a shout out to Wong. Wong is an enabler for this deck, allowing us to hit crazy big combos with like Zola later on, or with Sage or any of the other cards, or even Frigga. Shang-Chi for dealing with those big nasty cards and also building our null up from the opponent. We take their card and it builds up our card. Love that. Big shout out to Iron Man as well. Another win condition for this deck. Another one of the targets that you would maybe want to hit with Zola or Mystique afterwards. Jane Foster. Really, Jane Foster is one of the win conditions in the deck. If you can get Negative and then Jane Foster on 5, that's usually snap. That's usually a guaranteed snap, guaranteed win condition. She is so good in this negative list. She works outside of the Asgardian package, believe it or not. And then 2 more cards. We got Arnim Zola. Arnim Zola puts in so much work. You set up one lane with like a single card, or like Wong in another card, and then you Zola that lane and you put them into the other 2 lanes and you just win. You just win. You'll see it multiple times in this video. And then lastly, the big bad man himself, Null. I don't even know. He's not a man, is he? He's Null. Yeah, Null does amazing. You can do crazy stuff with him, especially if you can flip him and then Arnim Zola, because it instantly becomes 12 when he destroys Null and then generates 2 more on the side. Big shout out to Null. So this is the list. Friggan Awesome. It runs Psylocke, Ravonna Renslayer, Mystique, Sage, Frigga, Mr. Negative, Wong, Shang-Chi, Iron Man, Jane Foster, Thor, Arnim Zola, and Null. First off, let's go over the cards that are necessary. So you're going to need Ravonna Renslayer, Mystique, Mr. Negative, Wong, Shang-Chi, Jane Foster's Thor, and Arnim Zola. You should have some of the other cards, like Iron Man, for example. He's a starter card. As far as sub options go, I would recommend, let's say you're missing like Sage, you can either go Cassandra Nova, Ironheart, Morph, or Wolfsbane. Same if you're missing Frigga. And then if you're missing a card like Null, you could always put in Taskmaster. With Taskmaster, you would want to use either Sage or Wolfsbane and then Taskmaster last turn. He would be one of the cards that would get flipped as well. So these are the playlines that you're looking for. You want to either Psylocke or Ravonna Renslayer on 2, preferably Ravonna Renslayer. That way you can get Mr. Negative for 3 costs, also reducing a lot of your other cards' costs by -1. You're holding on to your Psylocke preferably, because if you Mr. Negative on 3 and you don't have Jane Foster in your hand, you can use Psylocke on 4. So you can play Jane Foster, who's now a 6/5 on 5, getting you all of your flip cards back into hand. So then you are going to play, depending on if you did those first 2, Mr. Negative on 3 or 4 if you can. If you can't, you want to get Wong set up. Choose to be greedy with it. You could do Wong into Mystique for a big Sage play and then into Arnim Zola. Or you could just get Wong set up on turn 4. On turn 5, you're doing either Iron Man and then you can Mystique afterwards. Really, you're just choosing where you're setting up, how you're setting up a combo. So if you have Mr. Negative and Jane Foster, you do the Jane Foster. You get all of the cards from your deck into hand. They're all flipped. So all the ones that have a 0 as their power are now 0 cost and however many power. So usually I'm looking to see, what do I want to do with Zola? Do I have a Wong set up? If I have Wong, can I set up a Sage and then Zola? Or is it better for me to like Iron Man in that Wong lane and Zola, or even Null in that lane and then Zola? So when you hit Null and he's a 0/6, you get 12 because it does destroy the card and puts them in those 2 locations. So you can get really creative with it. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to explain Negative. You'll see much better in the actual gameplay. I think I highlight it pretty well. I hope you enjoy it. Give it a go. let me know what you think. I love their early snap and their confidence. We were going to absolutely demolish them. We got to get Renslayer out now. Pull Psylocke? Yeah. They probably have a good idea that we're playing negative at this point. I would know that we were playing negative at this point if I were them, but I'm not them. I'm Gregor. Wiccan on curve is always scary. Dude, I feel like we just played this deck last round. I think this is the number one on ladder. Potentially. No, they didn't run Baron Mordo in there, or Baron Zemo in there, so incorrected. So we do that, then we do that. What I like about this deck is that you don't even really need... Oh, you done messed up, sir. Thank you. I got Malikith. I was hoping that we would... I mean, I think we're good either way. Whatever Zola hits, we're set. Yeah. Just let it ride. We have Prio too, so... No Alliance to deal with. I would love it to hit Sage, though. If it hits Sage, we're so good. Yeah, should still work. I think we're set. Yeah, we're set. Can we please get some hi Jameses for the video? Could y'all say hi to James in the video? Mwah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. Go ahead, go lay it back down. We are doing this video a little bit differently. Usually I record the video through Twitch while I'm streaming, but the deck that I ended up playing, like, I ended up liking my negative list better than their negative list. So instead of showing you a negative list that I don't like, I'm going to show you a negative list that I do like. This is my brew, so... I just feel like I don't get countered as much with this one. Oh, Alliance, hello. Well, that's nice. What sucks, though, is the Shang-Chi. Let's get Wong out now. We're going to give him the Wong answer. Everybody's trying out Malikith right now. Are you sure about that? Are you absolutely positive about that? Because if I Sage Arnim Zola there last turn, they already have the Alliance out at this point. Okay. I think I'm still fine. Double Iron Man, Sage Zola. Just send it. And the null. Like I said, this deck is absolutely disturbingly disgusting. Let's see what they got. Okay. Well, I'm glad I have null over there. Sorry, my dude. We'll go for like an hour. Should be enough. Also, look at all my new shinies. Shout out to Ninja Panda, who got me a bundle, the Dr. Doom bundle, which came with the 10,000 credits. I have to cover myself in a gallon of ranch. And I'm considering also buying lettuce, just so I'm not just covered in white sauce by itself. This is beautiful. This is looking fantastic. Honestly, I almost feel comfy snapping at this point, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to send them over to Mr. Negative. Yeah, that's yours now. Send it over with some nice wrapping paper. We do like a free Zola, so we could do this, and we can Frigga the Iron Man next turn, or Mystique. Either way, it's kind of the same thing. And with everything being flipped, I can get into the big house fairly easily. Oh, Wonger's coming out to play, eh? All right, Wongers. What are we going to do, my guy? Are we going to go... Let's go this, this. So we have options next turn. It's a Dracula. James, give me 1 sec. I'm recording, my guy.
I am Iron Man.
You know I love you, bud. You're a good boy. Come here. Okay, and here's the play line. We're going to go Sage, Zola, Frigga. Why not? Actually, yeah, Frigga's just going to copy whoever, so we might as well. Lovely. Who we hitting? Figured Gambit might be in this list. Okay, we lose the Iron Man. I'm okay with that. I think that guarantees we hit the Sage. Oh, the I'm sorry, dude. This is why I love this deck. Nah, there's no way you're beating that. 70 power mid. What are you going to do there? You're going to shit your pants. Just going to messily shit your pants. That's what you do in that situation. Who are we losing? Mystique has been discarded, but we get a Jane Foster, which honestly I think is better if we can pull the negative. So we're going to drop Psylocke on 2, or if we get Ravonna, we're going to Ravonna on 2. But you Psylocke in the hopes that you hit. Okay, and luckily, they just Loki'd. So we don't know if they know how to play negative. So we're kind of at an advantage here. Or we can Psylocke into Wong. You know, we can set up our lane there. Look at these guys. So many pretty crackles. Yeah, see? Who is Psylocke's going to give us? Psylocke is going to give us a Null. Okay, Null works for us. Because we already have a target, which is Emperor Hulkling. Now, we'll probably save that till the very end. And look at that. We hit our curve perfectly. So we have Mr. Negative ready to go into probably Wong on 4, Jane Foster on 5. I think we set up the Wong lane left. That way, if Zola comes up, we have a Zola move. Okay, this is looking really, really good. I think we snap on this. The Emperor Hulkling is gonna got. Cool. You got another Mockingbird, but I got something that you don't got, friend. That is negative into Jane Foster. And the general rule is, when you see this, you run. When you see Jane Foster after negative, that is snap condition right there.
We are the future.
Okay, so they mess up our play a little bit here. Luckily, we still have options. So if I go Null, Iron Man, let's say, I don't know, actually. Oh, you sure about that? You sure about that, my guy? We'll see. Playing for 8. This hits we're kind of set. It's a 50-50. It might just hit the squirrel, but we do have Null over there as well. Worth the risk. 6 + 5, I think, will be set. Let's see what they got. Mm-hmm. And that'll do it.
I am Iron Man.
Thank you for the 8 cubes and the bad math. But not necessarily more wins. Because you're retreating often if you don't get that line. What I like about negative decks is it teaches you how to snap and learn your win condition. For this deck, win condition is having Jane Foster in hand and hitting Mr. Negative. Whether that be on turn 3 or turn 4. Preferably before turn 5. Ravonna Runslayer is great for us. Get Ravonna Runslayer over here. Don't really care about the Raft. We don't need the Raft. We don't need that 6-cost card. We have enough other things that we'll get by. Hopefully we can top deck negative. Dude, I love streamer luck. When it hits, baby. When it hits. Let's see what they got. Hopefully not Cosmo. Usually if they run Cosmo, they'll put it into like the Madam Web lane and then move it later. I know because Sizer did that to me. I will say I did get a point off of Sizer. That's my claim to fame right there. One of the best like Marble Snap players in the world. Crazy, crazy great skill. Okay, so we have a way to get rid of Vulture, which is awesome. Shang-Chi. Cool. If they're smart, they get Vulture into the mid lane. Yep, see? They should be scared now. This is scary. This should be scary for them. Because we can do bam, bam. Okay, actually, let's be smart about this. Bam, bam, bam. I think we can win with that. I think Arnhem, Zola, Iron Man. We're putting a 6-power Zola. We'll see if they stay or if they're smart and they retreat. If I snap, they retreat. I doubt they stay on a turn 6 snap. So that's why we don't do boomer snaps. Boomer snaps do not get you cubes. You could have had 2 cubes, you'll only get 1 cube. Unless you're trying to, like, what is it? Intimidate them. Which sometimes is the move. See, they're sweating. They're sweating right now. And then we go boom. Yep, some big numbers. I think we got it. Unless they got some ridiculous play coming. They do got a ridiculous play coming, but I don't think it wins it. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. The maths. Hi there. I'm great.
Taking aim.
You got the Ronin Hawkeye. Pretty dope. Pretty cool. I do say so myself. Okay, they're playing bounce. Playing regular Hawkeye and bounce. Bounce be strong these days. Good bounce players are always scary. I consider myself a good bounce player. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Okay, 0-3 Sage. Looking pretty good. If I do that... It's a 0-3 Sage. So what should happen in theory is I should be able to do that then Zola next turn. They're getting their bounces really well. They're good at bounce too. Like, look at that. Look at that beautiful crackle. 11 power into Frigga. Just like that. -2 11. Okay, I was gonna be like, what? Wild. What does -2 11 mean? Send it. And Psylocke because I can. The good news is they also have Prio. So, like, if they decide to Shadow King right side, which is what I would probably do. The other Sage pops off later. Nice. They're like, oh, I got him. Oh, yeah, you got me. Show me the Shadow King? No? Okay, no Shadow King. Bad news for you, bub.
Cut off one head, 2 more shall take its place.
Just a couple of procs on the Sage, and that's how it's done. It's ironic because Sage is their icon. This is looking pretty good for us, to be honest. Ravonna Renslayer into negative. That's our... This was generated by Daily Bugle. Yep. Okay. We have our Arnim Zola. We could do like an Iron Man into... Or DarkHawk. DarkHawk may be a good play for Zola. Yeah, we're snapping. We're yapping and snapping, J-Rex. What do you got, my guy? Show me what you're working with. I got James more treats, by the way.
Hey man, I'm cool.
That's cool, Korg. That Sage looking pretty good, too. Sage looking pretty good. Because we can do Sage here into Arnim Zola. I think we got him. Yeah, I think we got him. Nobody to move, my guy. Ain't nobody there. Iron Man's been activated. Ooh. Ooh, Daddy Wong. Daddy Wong. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm an adult. I'm responsible. What if we go bam, bam, and then we hit him with the Zola last turn? What if we did that? The best part is it guarantees to hit. And I'm pretty sure they don't run Arishem in this. Maybe if they got Shang-Chi, we're in trouble. Unfortunately, I didn't take Prio here. But we'll see what happens. We roll the Zola. Oh, we're not staying? J-Rex, you were so sure of yourself just a second ago. Where did all your confidence go? Bam. That easy. Ooh. Yep, we have everything we need to snap. And that's not a bluff. Literally, the cards we need to win are in hand. So what we do is we negative on 3, Jane Foster on 5. Mr. Morbius. Mr. Morbius is walking here. He's walking here. And the good news is we should pull everything we need. Negative. Lady Sif. You will see why I snapped. Also, the Jane Foster variant looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm tempted to do the Mystique too. Nah, let's hold off on the Mystique, I think. No, do we? Yeah, hold off. Jane Foster left. Malikith looks pretty cool. I really like his animation on his hand. Whatever's going on there. Got a surgeon hand thing going. Let's do that. Alright, what are we getting? Sage. Single Sage. I can make single Sage work. Zola, Sage, thank you for playing. Who are we hitting? Somebody on the left, please. That works.
Cut off one head, 2 more.
That works.
I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man. I am reborn.
What is good? Uh-huh. Should have retreated, Agile Apricot. We'll get Ravonna down on 2. Like bam. All that extra energy, what are we going to do with that? Well, little old me is going to try Sage Frigga. Sure. Sure. The power of Frigga compels you. This is Thor's mom, y'all. You better put some respect on her name. Now, is this Hela? They playing Hela? Okay, so what if we do bam, bam. Yeah, I need to do that. mean, that's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good for us. Let's just hedge our bets a little bit. They're pushing 21 power over there. Doop, doop, doo. You know what? Why am I even playing for this lane? Play smarter, not harder. Oh, they're not staying. They were so sure of themselves a second ago. Thank you to our monthly Kofi subscribers. For $10 a month, you can help support the stream as well as content creation. Also, get shoutouts on all YouTube videos. I will include a link in the description if you are interested in doing so. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big shout out to Calvin Rankin. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it to the end, I super appreciate it. We are going to have another... I'm going to try to get another video out at some point this week. So stay tuned. I'll also be streaming on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you would like to hang out and just chill while we're playing some games, you can find me at Twitch TV/Gregor2424. Make sure you guys take care of yourself. Remember to eat food, drink water, take your meds, get enough sleep. Remember the world is better with you in it. Until next time, thank you all for watching. Frigga out.